Stop treating your AI model like a slot machine. If you are still typing dog, park, 4K realistic and praying the random seed gods give you something usable, you are officially obsolete. You are using a supercomputer like a toy. We have moved past the era of fun image generation. We are now in the era of functional asset production. I'm talking about a model that doesn't just paint. It thinks. It understands physics. It reads PDFs. It can solve math equations on a whiteboard visually. Today, we are breaking down Nano Banana Pro. This isn't an update, it's a paradigm shift. I'm going to show you 10 insane capabilities that turn this tool from a novelty into a six-figure creative director. And you need to stick around for number 10. It is a prompting technique called the JSON Protocol that completely bypasses the English language to give you pixel-perfect control over every photon in your image. It's complicated, it's powerful, and it changes everything. Let's dive in. Here is your roadmap to mastery. Most people stop at, make me a picture. Today we go deeper. First, we're crushing the tag soup myth. Then we're looking at visual synthesis, turning boring PDFs into viral infographics. We'll cover identity locking, how to keep a face consistent across 10 different shots. We're talking grounding, using real-time Google search data inside your art. We've got dimensional translation, turning 2D sketches into 3D renders, and finally, that JSON protocol at number 10. But quickly, what is the actual difference between the standard Nano Banana and the Pro version? It's simple. Standard is for exploration, Pro is for execution. Standard gives you a vibe. Pro gives you 14 image reference slots, 4K native resolution, and world knowledge. If you are a professional, the standard model is a toy. Pro is the tool. Let's get to work. The biggest mistake I see? Tag soup. You know what I mean. Cool car, neon, city, night, 8K. That is garbage prompting. It confuses the model because you aren't giving it intent, you're giving it keywords. Nano Banana Pro is a thinking model. It understands composition and lighting physics. It doesn't need tags, it needs a briefing. You need to stop acting like a keyword stuffer and start acting like a creative director. Instead of woman suit office, try this. A sophisticated elderly woman wearing a vintage Chanel-style suit, matte finish texture, cinematic lighting. See the difference? You define the who, the where, and the materiality. You explicitly tell it matte finish or brushed steel. You give it context. Here is the pro tip: edit, don't re-roll. The model understands conversational context. If the image is 80% there, do not hit generate again. Just say, that's great, but change the lighting to sunset. It keeps the seed and applies the logic. Stop wasting credits on re-rolls. We are a third of the way through. If you are an interior designer or an architect, wake up, because this next tool is going to save you roughly 40 hours of work a week. We've all been there. You ask an AI to generate text, and it gives you alien hieroglyphics. Or you have a dense 50-page earnings report that nobody wants to read, and you need to make it visual now. Nano Banana Pro has SOTA text rendering capabilities. It doesn't just draw text, it types it. But more importantly, it can compress data. You can feed it a PDF and ask for a visual summary. Let's say you have Google's latest earnings report. You upload the PDF and prompt, generate a clean, modern infographic summarizing key financial highlights. Include charts for revenue growth and a stylized pull quote box for the CEO. Boom, it reads the data, structures the layout, and renders the text legibly. The secret here is style specification. Don't just say infographic. Ask for a retro 1950s style infographic about the history of the American diner. It will match the font, the grain, and the color palette to the era while keeping the data accurate. This is the #1 pain point for AI storytellers. You generate a great character in frame 1. In frame 2, they look like their cousin. In frame 3, they're a different ethnicity. It kills the immersion. Nano Banana Pro allows up to 14 reference images. This is massive. It creates an identity lock. You aren't describing the person anymore, you are pointing to them. Let's make a viral thumbnail. Upload your reference face, then prompt. Face consistency. Keep the facial features exactly the same as image 1, but make the expression excited. Action. Pointing finger to the right. Subject. High-quality avocado toast on the right. Text overlay. 3 mins only, in pop-style text. It combines the specific face, the specific expression, and the text in one shot. No Photoshop required. Use this for group consistency. You can upload 3 different character sheets, say 3 plush toys, and ask for a 10-part story where they go on a tropical vacation. The model tracks all 3 identities separately in the same frame. That is unheard of. This level of control and consistency is what sets Nano Banana Pro apart. Clients have zero imagination. You show them a floor plan and they can't visualize the room. You show them a sketch and they think it looks cheap. You used to have to spend days in Blender or SketchUp to get a render. Nano Banana Pro excels at dimensional translation. It can look at a flat 2D schematic and extrapolate the 3D physics, lighting, and textures. Upload a 2D floor plan. Prompt. Based on this 2D plan, generate a professional interior design board. Layout. 1 large wide-angle perspective of the living area, and 3 smaller detailed shots. Style. Modern minimalist with warm oak flooring. It reads the walls, windows, and furniture placement from the lines and builds the photo. It works in reverse too. You can take a photograph of a building and ask for an orthographic blueprint describing this building in plan, elevation, and section. It effectively reverse engineers the architecture. Standard AI models are frozen in time. Their training data cuts off. If you ask for an image of the new iPhone 16, it hallucinates because it's never seen it. It doesn't know who won the Super Bowl last week. Nano Banana Pro is grounded. It uses Google Search to pull real-time data before it generates the pixels. It thinks about the search results first. Try this. Generate an infographic of the best times to visit US national parks in 2025 based on current travel trends. It searches for the trends, synthesizes the data, and then draws the chart. It is fact-checking your art. Use this for dynamic visualization. Ask it to visualize stock market trends from yesterday or weather patterns happening right now. It bridges the gap between a search engine and an art engine. In-painting used to be a nightmare. You had to manually paint a mask over the area you wanted to change, adjust the denoising strength, and pray. It was technical and slow. Now editing is semantic. You just talk to the image. The model understands what a background is. It understands what tourists are. Upload a photo of a crowded landmark. Prompt. Remove the tourists from the background and fill the space with logical textures like cobblestones and storefronts. The AI identifies the people, deletes them, and hallucinates what should be behind them based on the surrounding architecture. Localization. You can take a picture of a London bus stop ad and say, localize this to Tokyo, translate the tagline to Japanese, and change the background to Shibuya at night. It keeps the composition but swaps the culture. Listen to me. We are getting into the heavy lifting now. Capabilities 7, 8, and 9 are where the thinking aspect of this model really shows off. This is where we leave the hobbyists behind. AI is notoriously bad at logic. It's a creative brain, not a logical one. Usually, if you ask for a math equation, it gives you nonsense symbols that look like math but mean nothing. Nano Banana Pro defaults to a thinking process. It generates interim thought images to solve problems before rendering the final output. Prompt. Solve log base of Dadrush 2. Show the steps clearly on a whiteboard. Most models would hallucinate numbers. This model actually computes the logic and renders the correct mathematical steps in the image. Use this for visual reasoning. Show it a picture of a finished room and ask for a before image showing the framing and unfinished drywall. It deconstructs the finished product back to its construction phase logic. You have a specific layout. Maybe it's a UI wireframe or a grid for a game sprite. You don't want the AI to be creative with the placement, you want it to follow the lines. You can use input images strictly for structure. This is a game changer for UI UX designers. Upload a low-fidelity wireframe of a website. Prompt. Create a high-fidelity mock-up for a fitness app following these guidelines. It paints the skin of the design perfectly over the skeleton you provided. Sprite sheets. You can ask for a sprite sheet of a woman doing a backflip 3x3 grid, frame by frame. Developers can take that output, slice it, and put it straight into a game engine. Storyboarding is tedious. Drawing 12 frames where the camera angles change but the narrative flows? That takes days. Nano Banana Pro can generate sequential art without a grid. It understands narrative flow. Prompt. Create an intriguing 9-part story featuring a woman and man in a luxury luggage commercial. Emotional highs and lows, ending with the logo. Generate images one at a time, 16:9 format. The model effectively directs the movie in its head. It knows that image 3 needs to follow image 2 logically, even if the camera angle shifts from a close-up to a wide shot. And now, number 10, the ultimate weapon. Everything we just discussed uses natural language. But sometimes, natural language is too vague. Sometimes you need the precision of code. This is what separates the users from the engineers. You want a selfie, but not just any selfie. You want a selfie taken on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, 24mm lens, f1.78 aperture, with mixed domestic lighting, of a 23-year-old Eastern European idol in a messy room. If you write that as a paragraph, the AI might miss the details. It gets lost in the tag soup. Nano Banana Pro accepts structured data formats like JSON. This allows you to break down the request into specific parameters: intent, frame, subject, environment, lighting, camera, and negative. Look at this structure. Under camera, we specify sensor format 1.28 inch, processing, deep fusion aesthetic. Under lighting, we specify color temp, mix of cool daylight and tungsten. Under subject, we detail the wardrobe, the pose, and the prop. Because you formatted it this way, the model treats every single line as a strict instruction, not a suggestion. It renders the smear on the mirror. It renders the messy floor contrasting with the perfect makeup. It renders the specific digital sharpening of an iPhone camera. You aren't asking for a picture, you are programming reality. So are you going to keep typing cool dog and hoping for the best? Or are you going to start using the search grounding, the identity locking, and the JSON protocols to actually build assets that are worth money? Nano Banana Pro isn't just a fun toy, it is a functional production suite, but it only works if you work it correctly. If you learned a lot from this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Nano Banana tips and breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.